Welcome to the amazing real-life stories of Aquarium Rehab.
We actually had two animals here at Mystic Aquarium, two harbor seals with the same clinical condition. One of our animals is our harbor seal Bristol, and the other animal is a stranded harbor seal in our animal rescue program. Both of these seals have a inner ear infection, what we call otitis media or otitis interna. Harbor seals actually have very narrow ear canals, which makes them a bit more prone to ear infections than most people would think. Any kind of infection can get into the ear canal but can't get back out because it's so narrow. Because we weren't having good luck with the antibiotics and antifungals controlling the ear infections over a long period of time, we knew that the best and only option for our seals was to actually take them to surgery for removal of their ear canals and removal of that ear infection. This type of surgery is actually quite complicated and involves drilling into the ear bone in the skull. And for that reason, we actually called in a veterinary specialty surgeon to perform Bristol and the stranded seal's ear surgery.
The infection stems from the middle ear chamber, and so for the ear, we have the ear lobe that we know, and then the ear canal, and then that attaches to the skull via a middle ear chamber. And that's the reservoir there for the infection, and the only way to get that completely cleared up is to remove that whole pathway. So without surgery, what chronically happens is that that infection that's in that middle ear chamber, like I talked about how the ear canal attaches to the skull, that infection will continue to spread, and it'll actually eat through the bone and get into the brain cavity, and then that usually causes their death.
This ear surgery involves removal of the external ear canal in the seal, as well as entering the bulla, which is the bony portion of the ear, and removing the infection.
What we do is the seal is placed under general anesthesia. We go into the operating room, and then we start by kind of doing an incision around the external ear, and then we dissect down into the middle ear, which is where the ear canal attaches onto the skull. And then we completely free that up from all the surrounding tissues, open up the middle ear, is where the source of the infection is from. And we scoop out all the lining and infectious material so that we can go ahead and resolve the chronic ear infections. So the seal did great. Everything went very smoothly, very routine. We had very minimal blood loss. All the important nerves and vessels, we identified them and preserved them. So things went as well as we could ever hope and expect to do.
The post-op care involved with an ear surgery such as this is a bit intensive. The animals will stay out of the water for several weeks. Meanwhile, they will stay on oral medications such as antibiotics, anti-inflammatories, and other pain medications to make sure that they stay comfortable. The seal's ability to hear post-surgery would be similar to a human who put in earplugs. So the hearing ability is still present, however, it's just a little bit muffled. Both seals healed extremely well after surgery. They spent a little less than 2 weeks dry docked and then were able to return to the water. Our stranded seal actually was recently released, so we are so thrilled about that. And our harbor seal Bristol is doing extremely well and has joined the other animals back on her habitat. These seal surgeries are very unique in that they've only been performed a few other times in the United States that we're aware of. All of the animals here at Mystic Aquarium receive top-of-the-line medical care. This allows us to nurse the stranded seal back to health such that it can be released back into the ocean and make Bristol healthy such that she can continue to be a great ambassador for her species.